Good day, ROFFS analyst James here, and it is currently Tuesday, May 21st. We hope that everyone had a good weekend. Today we will be taking a quick look at the ocean conditions from Cape Hatteras down to the Florida Keys and in the Bahamas using ROFFS sea surface temperature and ocean color imagery, showing the conditions that you likely would have encountered if you went offshore this past weekend. Overall, the big thing we've been keeping track of lately is a relatively large Gulf Stream eddy formation offshore of the Georgetown and Cape Fear area, shown here. As you can see, this relatively large eddy formation has pushed even larger uh, eddy filament inshore of the 100 fathom ledge in about 25 to 30 fathoms offshore of Georgetown, and then down towards Charleston, and then ultimately going back offshore near Savannah. A series of smaller eddy formations continue to move northeast off of Cape Fear and Cape Lookout, as you can see here. These will continue to push northeast, but an even smaller eddy filament has pushed inshore off of the Onslow Bay area and a little bit into the Cape Lookout area as well. As these are relatively large formations, we will continue monitoring these conditions as we all prepare for the start of Big Rock Tournament in about 3 weeks. Particularly as we have observed a series of several more eddy formations moving northwards off of North Florida and southern Georgia, shown here. You can see the series of eddy formations starting near Cape Canaveral and moving northwards off of Jacksonville before starting to interact with the ledges and moving offshore of Savannah and Charleston. And if we switch over to our ocean color imagery, you can see larger eddy off of Jacksonville, as well as a really large eddy off of the Georgetown area with the filament water inshore over 20 to 30 fathoms. Looking further south, you can see that much of the Gulf Stream area is starting to heat up. Quite a bit of warm water off of South Florida and the Florida Keys. In our ocean color imagery, you can see most of the bluer water continues to push right along the ledges off of South Florida from Key Biscayne up to Palm Beach, with smaller eddies developing off of the large gyre off of the Marquesas where the loop current enters the Gulf Stream. Switching over to the Bahamas, we've had pretty decent billfish and tuna fishing action off of the Abaco area to the northeast. A lot of the cooler, bluer water has been pushing into the northeast corner of Abaco, but we've recently seen a shift with some of the eddy water moving up further northeast towards the greater Abaco Canyon. Additionally, we see a counterclockwise rotation to the north of Abaco, bringing some of that cooler, bluer water back into the ledges shown here. Over the next few days, we anticipate some of this water being pulled back towards the eastern side of the Gulf Stream by a clockwise rotating eddy centered just north of the corner off of the Little Bahamas Bank. Additionally, since we see this counter or clockwise rotating eddy east of Abaco, over the next few days, we also anticipate some of this cooler, bluer water pushing back in towards the canyons off of, say, the North Bar, the Pocket, and Little Abaco Canyon over the next few days as well. Switching back to our ocean color imagery, you can see this darker blue Bahamas water on the north side, as well as east of Abaco. Remember, these ocean conditions are always changing, so be sure to head to ROFFS.com or call our office at 321-723-5759 to order updated analyses for each of these areas. Have a good week.